plaintiff, Reginald Camphor, says the defendant is his mother, but their relationship has always been rocky because she has lied to family members about him being a crack addict. He's suing her today for an electric bill and emotional distress. Defendant Phyllis Williams says Reginald has 7 children with 4 women. And not only does he not take care of the children, but he doesn't even have a relationship with them. Phyllis is countersuing her son for a loan and emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you, sir.
First off, Your Honor, I would like to say that's my mom, Phyllis, who I love dearly, but our relationship was never solid. It was always rocky. And, she goes around telling, lying to my family members, telling them I'm smoking crack. And, that's a hurtful feeling for your own mother to go around and degrade your name like that.
You ever ask her why she's saying that?
No, sir.
Okay. Why don't you ask her now? Mama, why you say he's smoking crack?
I've never said that.
Okay.
I've said he was an alcoholic.
Okay.
The old trick.
I'm gonna see right now.
Mm-hmm.
He not on crack. All right. Y'all know I'm having fun. All right. So no, seriously, coming up in the household, you say me and my mother's relationship growing up, we never got along. Your relationship as son?
Yes.
Who is being told what to do until he's 18 and get out on his own? Is the not getting along mean I don't want to do what mama say? You got to abide by them rules. If mama say go to church 5 times a week, you got to go. Like my mother said, when the deacon come by to pick y'all up for church, you better be ready. We had to be ready. We didn't want to. Didn't want to go to church, didn't want to be ready. None of that. But we had to. But we couldn't say, I don't get along with mama. Because mama make us go to church so we don't get along. All right, sir. I just wanted to make that observation. After age 18, what has your relationship been like? That's when you get into, we have a relationship and I can make decisions, sir.
And that's what, like I say, it's been rocky, and I would just like to patch things up, just for the better of us. If not for the better of us, just for the sake of my kids. And I don't want to go on believing that the reason that we don't see eye to eye is because I look like my father.
You believe that might be the case, huh?
Yes.
What makes you believe that?
I mean, they never got along by me looking like him. So it's like,
You're a reminder.
Since he's been deceased, it's then got worse. So,
That's interesting. Ma'am, what do you want to say about you and your son's relationship since he's been an adult?
Our relationship has not been good because Reginald has stayed with me. He's had 2 apartments. He's always had to come back home, but he wants to run my house. He can't run my house. I'm the parent, I'm the adult in the house. Reginald was paying $75 a month. That's it, that's all.
What?
That's it, that's all. His son came to stay with us because the mother couldn't deal with the son.
He came over there because you had a good deal going.
But that's how I am. I will take care of people. I'll help people as much as I can.
Okay, so how old are you? Looks like you're
38.
Since 21. Mm-hmm. I'll even give him 30. How many times has he lived with you? How many different times has he lived with you since age 30?
4.
4 different times. What's the average length? 3-4
years.
You got too many years there, man. I'm not gonna do that math, but I'm not gonna do that math, but it ain't right.
12 years and 8
does-
Right, that's 12 years and 8. You, it ain't been that long, man. You got a little wrong there.
Reginald moved out last year because he had to, because we took an order of protection out on him.
Why?
Because his youngest 2 kids' mother is staying with me. She has been with me since her and Reginald was together. She had the 2 children before I knew her. So when she didn't have any place to go, I said she can come to my house and stay. It wasn't a problem. She was pregnant with Thomas. She had him. He's 5. She's been with me ever since. Reginald wants me to put her out because he had to leave. I said to him, why would I put her out? She has 2 of your children. Why would I put her out? Those are my grandchildren.
What's his explanation?
I'm your son. You supposed to take my side.
What about your kids?
Exactly.
Does he
That's
answer
my
that?
thought. My grandchildren. Reginald has 7 children with 4 different women.
Doesn't sound like he can afford them if he's lived with you 4 times.
He doesn't take care of them. He does not take care of
Financially?
them. No. He don't have a relationship with his children.
Has he been working? No. What's his work been like over the last 5-10 years?
Reginald gets Social Security.
Okay, for illness, obviously?
Yes.
Okay. What do you have to say about this? Dealing with mama and dealing with kids, that I got to weigh in on that.
Okay,
What's the deal on you and your children?
Back to what
man?
she
You got
said.
7 by all these different women, and she say you only on Social Security. So they're not benefiting from you.
Back to what she said, Your Honor.
Okay.
I do little side jobs, and for her to say that I don't take care of my kids, that's a lie, because she's my payee by me receiving Social
How
Security.
much does she give you a month?
She was shortening me until
How much? Over 2,
first
3,
it was
500?
No, first it was on the first it was 125, and on the third it was 220.
Okay, so she's giving you a total of about $350 a month?
Yes.
How much do you think you get in Social Security?
It was about 7.
700? That's all you get?
Yes.
Okay, that means you ain't worked much.
He hasn't worked
Social
much.
Security is based on work, years of work.
He hasn't worked much. And
Yeah.
you can... there's
Well,
a
ma'am,
letter in-
hold on. Are you his payee?
I'm his payee.
Well, then let's move on, ma'am. He does pay. If not, it's your negligence not to pay for those kids. You give half. You hold the money back for the kids. What you looking at me like that for? You didn't know that?
Your Honor, you cannot hold anything back from for Reginald.
Okay.
Reginald will go there.
Is the checking account in your name? Does
Yes.
the money go, and do you have access to it?
Yes.
How does he have access to it?
I give him all his
That's
money.
what we just talked about,
I give
ma'am.
him all
That's
his money.
enough, ma'am. That's enough. Nonetheless, tell me about you and your children. She says you want her to put your own children out.
That's
what do you
not
want
true.
to tell me about that?
That's not true, Your Honor.
What's the deal?
Because I would
Your Honor,
never do that.
I have evidence.
What evidence is that, ma'am? What evidence is that?
I have a letter from the mother that's staying with me. I have a letter from his oldest daughter.
Let me see the one from the daughter. What page?
Page.
'Cause I know Mama's still mad at him. What page?
Rayshana is page.
I'll let you look.
Page 8.
Okay, you got it? Okay. I've been very disgusted with his actions or lack thereof over the years. One of the things that I hate most about him, and you may witness this throughout the years, is a victim mentality. He swears that the entire world is against him. Everybody's turning against him. He refuses to take accountability. I personally don't believe anything he says anymore. Maybe I missed it. I don't see anything that says my daddy's been trying to put us out. And that's what we were talking about. And that's what you said you had evidence of, ma'am. Go ahead, sir. Tell me about the electric bill you're suing her for. and
Okay,
the
as you can see
emotional
on
distress.
page 1, I moved in my apartment like on the 15th. So in the midst of that, I tried to get the lights on in my name. So by me calling ComEd, they said that they couldn't turn the lights on at the moment because it was a past balance due for $274. Which I asked them, how is that when I haven't lived over there in years? I call her, I say, Mom, you have a past balance due of $274. When I got the lights on for you, the agreement was for you to pay the bill.
And did she ever admit that she owes it, what you put it in your name?
She agreed to pay, but she did not.
Okay, good enough. Now tell me about the emotional distress.
Okay, December of 18, me and my baby mother had got into it. So she pulled the knife out on me.
Who did? Your baby's mother?
Yes, following me around the house with a knife. So I called the police. I ended up getting locked up. So when I bonded out that same night, they gave me a release paper on my bond.
You know why you got locked up?
Because they lied and said I had guns.
No, because you say she walked around following you with a knife. Does that sound even common sense to you? How long did she walk with the knife and you just keep walking? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or did at some point, when she was walking around behind you with a knife, did you say, I think I better walk outside?
You didn't let me finish.
How many minutes? I did. You were finished with that point. You were finished with that point. Go ahead.
Now, when she was doing all that, my old phone, I was recording it. So when the police came, I showed them the video, and she admitted in front of the police that she pulled the knife out on me. So now I'm looking like, where's my restraining order? Because that's what I called you guys for. They tells me that they waiting on the white shirt. So when the white shirt gets there, he gets to talking to Phyllis and Tara. Now, the conversation that they had, I don't know. I was just instantly put in handcuffs. They tell me, you're not being arrested, you're being detained. I say, every time y'all say that, I get arrested for no reason.
Go ahead.
Okay, they ask me, they say, they say that you have guns upstairs in your room. Do we have permission to search? I say, yes. So we go upstairs, they tie the whole room up, they didn't find nothing. I still end up getting locked up. So when I bond out, I can't come home for 72 hours. Mm-hmm. The next day when I bonded out, I went to 555 West Harrison. They was already there. So now it was a cross case. So the judge continued it to the 27th of December. Now when we go back to court, Tara says, the judge asks her, what happened. She tells the judge that I said I was gonna break her face. Now, she asked Phyllis the same question with Tara outside of the courtroom. So now her reaction is, well, I heard him say that he was gonna shoot her in the head with a gun. So now by her saying that, my own mother, in front of a judge, she granted her the order of protection. And the judge even asked Tara, she says, well, is that your mom? She say, no, that's his mom.
So how do we determine that the order of protection was fraudulent? How do we determine that? Because to get emotional distress, that's what you're asking for this, right?
Yes, because I couldn't see my kids.
You got to give me a little more than that because this is
I was homeless.
Huh?
I was homeless. I couldn't see my kids for a whole year.
And that was a result of what? Homelessness.
The order of protection.
How did that cause you homelessness?
Because before that, I was there.
At your house?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's move on, man. You gonna sue your mother for emotional distress because she won't let you live with her.
No, it was not that. It was mainly about my kids.
She doesn't have authority over that. That's the mother that you must sue for that. She doesn't have authority over that. She has no rights. In fact, there are no grandmother rights. That went to the Supreme Court years ago.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I have letters in here from 3 of his baby's mothers that says he does not try to see his children.
We got all that, ma'am, but the children, she has no authority over them, and it's the child's mother. They can bring those children to you or say, come on in. Well, maybe you can't come to mama's house. That's up to her. But the mother of the child is who you need to get along with, the mothers. They're the ones that say, let's meet up, or I'll drop the kids off, or whatever. But you gotta get along so that they can say, no, let him see his kids.
So can I say, like I stated at the beginning, like when I asked, I said I wanted to just patch things up, and that's what I meant.
You're right.
I just want to patch things up.
You did say that.
If
Ma'am,
not for-
will you
if not
agree with
for
that
us.
or not?
I don't have a problem with that. But Reginald will tell you that he want to patch things up and then come to my house and go off.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, because she just said she has no problem with
have
it,
no
and I
problem
don't
with it.
think she would if you didn't act a fool. That's the bottom line. And when we leave, I want you to say, what I need to do? How do I need to act right? And whatever she said, well, I think you need to try and jump and touch the ceiling. You better get to jumping. You agree that you owe the electric bill, right?
I agree that, no, I don't agree that I owe the electric bill.
He said you did. What about the
electric bill? When my lights got cut off, Reginald was living with me at that time. Reginald, I had to pay $249 for his old bill. And Reginald was supposed to give me that money back. He never did. So the last bill was, I told him, was your $249 that I had to pay out of my pocket. He said, okay. He never paid it. He never paid it. I paid the $249.
You have evidence?
Your Honor, he was living there. He was living there too.
You have evidence of that?
That he was living there?
Yes,
his
ma'am.
ID. My address is on his ID. Has been on his ID for the last 10 years.
Is that true, sir?
Not the last 10 years, but yes, the name, yes, the address
That's
is
true.
on
He got
there.
it in your name, ma'am.
The-
And
the
he's
address
using the
is on there
address.
because
He
that's
needs
why
to
I was
have
getting my
the,
mail
you have
sent
to. I know. Ma'am, what's your counterclaim on the loan and the emotional distress?
My counterclaim, the emotional distress, Reginald was at my
Let's
house.
start with the loan.
Okay, with the loan. Reginald came back from Minnesota. He needed some place to stay. He knew he couldn't stay with me because it was problems with him and the baby's mama. So he asked me, could I give him some money? He had found a place. I said, are you gonna give me my money back? He said, yes. I said, okay, Reginald, I need my money back. He said, no problem. Don't I always pay you back? But I had never lent Reginald that type of money. So I gave him the $2,000 so he can get his apartment. He went and got his apartment on 55th
When?
and Low. It was in February of 2019.
Okay. He went and got the apartment. And what else?
He went and got the apartment. He stayed at the apartment until he married his wife. Reginald has not paid me anything
Sir, what
every
do you
time
say to
that I
that?
asked him.
That's a lie.
All right. You have any evidence that he owes you, ma'am?
I have a witness statement
From who?
from Tara.
Who is Tara?
Tara Patrick is his kid's mother.
You
Tara
said
lives
it's four
with me.
of them, right?
Yes.
All right. This is baby mama number one.
Number 4.
Knife.
She's baby
The
mama number
knife,
4.
The one that likes to follow him with the knife. All right. Where is that? Where is it, ma'am?
Page 4.
All right. And I was with Reggie since we were meeting his mother. I was with him since I was 33. I came in the picture. She accepted me and the 2 kids. Reginald had not did anything for the kids. I heard the conversation. I asked her, is she gonna give him all that money? She said, yeah, he gonna pay it back. I just walked off. It's a whole lot I can tell about him, but I'm just gonna leave it in God's hands. All right. Tara says that she heard and she talked to her about the money. I believe you. I believe you about the light bill. However, nobody's getting any emotional distress. Y'all been acting a fool on each other. Put your hand. Why you think you can just keep having your hand up and talk over and over and over? No emotional distress. Zero from anybody. You all have both caused each other emotional distress. I will grant your light bill $274, I believe you owe. I will grant you your $2,000.
Can I say
I
one
believe he. No, you can't say a word.
Okay.
Nobody else can. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff and the defendant.
Thank you. You have 7 children. You don't have a relationship with none of your children. And it's not because of me, it's because of you.
If I gave her $1 to give back to me, she wouldn't even give it back.